What's up, y'all? Lamont at large. Today we are coming to you from the magnificent Las Vegas Strip in Las Vegas, New Mexico. No, just kidding. Las Vegas, Nevada. I just want to make sure you guys are paying attention. So today's story is going to be told from my rental car. And this is a story that everybody could learn from, right? We could learn from this story, and we're going to learn a couple of things. Number one, no matter how educated you are, some people could just not be very bright. And number two, it's amazing what a $10 bottle of blonde bleach hair dye could do for somebody's career. So we're talking about this lady right here. Some would call her a bombshell. Others would call her other things that are not so nice, okay? This is Kelsey Turner, and she was a model. She's appeared on a few different men's magazines, including Maxim. Anybody remember Maxim? I used to read that magazine. I read it for the articles, of course. And she was on the Italian version of Playboy, which is called Playboy, but it's Playboy Italia or Italy or whatever they call it. And she was on some other magazines as well. And, you know, she would do photo shoots and this and that, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Okay. So this right here is, at the time, 71-year-old Dr. Thomas Burchard, right? He was a retired child psychologist, right? Well, kind of retired because he still worked at least 4 days a week. Now, I commend any man out there who is keeping it pushing, right? You're retired, but you want to keep working, right? Nothing wrong with making $1. Now, some of us want to enjoy our golden years, so, you know, we don't want to work anymore. We're done. But this guy, he wanted to keep working and working and working. And the reason why was because, well, he was taking the money that he was making and giving it to Kelsey Turner. It's not exactly clear how these two met, but basically, just like Mr. Owen out in Iowa, Dr. Thomas Burchard was the sugar daddy and Kelsey Turner was the sugar baby. Now, it is guesstimated that, according to Judy Earp, who was the longtime girlfriend of Dr. Thomas Burchard, she estimates that the doctor gave Kelsey Turner, over the course of a few years or so, about $300,000, and that he also gave money to other women. Now, I don't know why you're still going to date some guy who is giving his money to hot women, but hey, you know what? What's that one country song? Stand by your man, right? Stand by your man. Is that Dolly Parton? I don't know. Anyways, okay, so she stood by her man. Now, him messing with Kelsey Turner is the reason what got him found in a trunk down in Lake Mead, which we will go visit here momentarily. So listen, you're on the strip and you're hot and you're doing it up, right? And when you're Kelsey Turner, you expect to live a lavish lifestyle because guys are paying your way, right? Guys are paying you, they're giving you money, they're giving you an allowance, so forth and so on. Now, there was a problem in Kelsey Turner's life that happened on her 29th birthday, and that was her 29th birthday. You see, in the modeling world, you got to be young and hot, because once you turn a certain age, people look at you, you're just washed up. Like, they stop calling you. That magazine shoot that you would have got when you were 25, well, kid, you're 29. You're an old battle axe, according to Maxim magazine or whoever, 10 magazine or whatever. Okay, 29. Well, hell, we might as well put you out to pasture and put a couple bullets in the back of you because you're done. So that's what happened to Kelsey Turner. She wasn't as hot as she used to be. Now, she's still attractive, but not according to the modeling world. So money was drying up. But thank God that Thomas Burchard was there to pay her rent, to pay her bills. He was paying rent on her home Now, you know what? Several stories that I've read about this case say different things. And that's what happens often when you do these stories, is like a article gets written and then somebody changes something. So you never truly know what the gist of everything is. But let's just say this. So eventually, Thomas Burchard, who is paying this woman's way on everything, is getting tired of it, right? Because she tells the doctor that she was sick and she couldn't work, or yada, yada, yada. I'm not sure. But one day in March of 2019, you know, he tells this chick, he's like, look, I'm going to stop paying your bills because I think, you know, you're full of crap. And she's like, no, I'm sick. You know, my son, or yeah, she has a daughter, whatever. She has a kid. And so he tells Judy Earp, his girlfriend, he's like, hey, I'm going to fly out to Las Vegas to see what's going on with this chick because she's just such a pervasive liar that I have to go see for myself what's really going on. So first week of March 2019, Dr. Burchard, he flies out here to Las Vegas. And he's supposed to come back on March 8th, I believe, something like that. And, well, he never showed up. And his girlfriend gets a little bit worried. And, well, she goes ahead and calls the police. Now, of course, they put out a missing persons report on the doctor, and he would later be found, I want to say maybe about 12 to 14 miles away from the strip right here. We're going to go to March 7th of 2019. Along this Highway 147, or State Route 147, whichever you want to call it. This is a road that goes down to Lake Mead, where often people go down to partake in activities on the water. They'll haul their boats out here from Las Vegas. And then you got some camping, you got a state park somewhere over in that direction. But as you can see, this place is quite barren, other than a few cars passing me by. So on that date, March 7th, 2019, 911 receives a call around 9:30-ish. And somebody driving up this highway right here, they see a car that's parked on the side of the road right here. And from what they said on the in the report, that the windows were either down or they were broken, but the car was obviously abandoned. And they said the car was at mile marker 14. So that sign says mile marker 14. So I imagine the car would be somewhere within eye shot, right? So maybe where that car is over there. It's my rental. So the police come here and they see a late model Mercedes-Benz with the windows rolled down or busted out, whichever one you want to believe. So they get the trunk open because they're just looking around. And as soon as they open the trunk, they see a bunch of bedding and sheets and stuff like that. And when they remove some of the bedding, they get that foul odor. So, we know what's going on over here. So they start removing the bedding and they notice that there is what appears to be a dead person. And so they call for a tow truck, and with the body still in the trunk, they pick up the car, load the car, and turn around, and they start heading straight that way about 10 miles to the coroner's office, which is located over off of Charleston and Martin Luther King. So they're wanting to, first of all, identify the person that's in the trunk, and they're wanting to determine whether this is a murder or this person, basically how they died. And so it took a little bit of time, but They quickly, however, found out that this was, no, of course not, it was not a natural death, but this was a homicide. It says in the autopsy report that he was beaten with an object that made unusual markings on its body, on his body, and he had defensive wounds on his arms and his hands. So obviously, this in fact was a murder. And they ran the plates on the Mercedes-Benz, and it came back to a person from the San Francisco area with the last name of Kwong. Now, quickly, when they start looking up persons responsible, possibly that, you know, for his murder, or they last seen them alive, they quickly get a hold of the doctor's girlfriend, who is living in Northern California or Bay Area, somewhere around there. And she tells the police that he had came out here to see Kelsey because he was gonna cut her off. He said that was gonna be it. He was tired of paying her bills, and you know, she was basically milking him for everything he got. And that is when they put out a warrant for her arrest. They tried to go to the apartment where she was living at off of Warm Springs and Amigo, over, that would be like the south side of town, maybe close to Henderson, not in Henderson, but close to it. And she was long gone with her boyfriend. So now they're gonna be looking for her. And I wanna say about two weeks or so later, after discovering the body, they arrested her out in Stockton, California, somewhere in that area. Different articles say different things, but somewhere between Salinas and Stockton, they found her and they arrested her. And they arrested her boyfriend, and they charged both of them with this murder. Also arrested was Diana Nicole Pena. She was the meth head roommate of the other two meth heads, Kelsey and John. So they were arrested. They were charged with open murder, assault with a deadly weapon, theft, because she was writing checks that she had printed out on her computer with the routing and account number of the doctor's bank account, paying her bills, as his corpse was decaying in the trunk of that car over by that other area that we were just in. So eventually, all the cases were settled. The boyfriend, John Kinnison, received 18 to 45 years in prison for pleading guilty to the murder. Miss Kelsey Turner, she received, well, so here's the weird thing with her. She actually pled to an Alford plea. Basically, an Alford plea is as follows. You're not admitting guilt, but you are admitting that if the case went to trial, you would be found guilty. So she pled to that, and she received 10 to 25 years in prison. So she is up for parole, I think, in 2031. And the meth head, Miss Pena, she received 3 years of probation. Now, this is the prison where Kelsey Turner now is going to be spending at least the next, I don't know, 7 to 10 years more. This is the Florence something correctional facility, and she lives somewhere behind that barbed wire covered fence right over there. This prison is right off of I-15, so every day that she wakes up, when she goes to the yard to get exercise, she is able to see the scenic mountains that surround the valley that is Las Vegas. Oh, and by the way, guys, if any guys out there got a little bit of extra cash, Miss Turner is on jailbabes.com. That is her right there. She states in her prison profile that she is innocent of the charges that she was brought upon or that were brought to her. So if anybody out there is looking for a jail babe, hit her up. As a matter of fact, I'm looking for a jail babe myself. to interview. Okay, guys. I will put the, I guess maybe, will I put a way of contacting her? I don't feel like it. I don't know. If you guys want to contact her, you know where to contact her. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a link. I don't know. And if you want to visit her, okay, come to the Florence McClure Women's Correctional Center. By the way, if you guys are going to go here, no use of tobacco products beyond this point. I wonder if I can fly a drone over like a pack of cigarettes or something. All right, guys, I'm out of here. This place is giving me the creeps. If I stay any longer here, I'll be thrown in a prison. But just my luck, they won't let me come to this one. I'll be going to the men's, so I want to avoid this place. Catch up with you guys on the next vlog.